serentahun. Dan serentahun itu bukan sekedar panen. Ini tentang menyerahkan hasil kerja 1 tahun kepada Tuhan yang Maha Kuasa. Tentang bersyukur dan memulai dari nol lagi. Padi nggak tumbuh dalam 1 hari. Padi butuh waktu, perawatan, kesabaran, dan kerjasama. Ini sama dengan e-sport, mekanik, rank tinggi, makro, itu juga ditanam. Jadi, kalau lu nggak sabar, lu nggak bisa punya hasil panen. Di serentahun itu, di diri gua terbentuklah mental proses. Jadi, konsistensi lebih penting dibanding hasil instan.
Di gua, sungai Mus itu bukan cuma sungai, tapi itu kehidupan. Di festival itu, semua perahu maju kencang, tapi bukan yang paling kuat dan menang. Tapi yang menang, yang paling kompak. 1 orang salah tempo, perahu oleng. 1 orang salah posisi, game selesai. Dari tradisi ini gue belajar tentang sinkronisasi karena chemistry menentukan segalanya.
Tradisi di Bali yang paling ngena lah di gua, menurut gua tuh nyepi. Karena nyepi tuh ngajarin kayak diam itu kuat. Jadi selama 24 jam gak ada aktivitas, lebih ke introspeksi diri lah. Di momen itu kita jadi lebih jujur sih sama diri sendiri. Kenapa kita kalah, apa yang salah. Di e-sport banyak orang berhenti karena kekalahan, tapi gua enggak. Karena nyepi ngajarin gua buat berhenti, tapi buat memahami. Hingga sekarang gua masih berjuang jadi liga ini.
Dari kecil di daerah gua tumbuh dengan gurindam 12 karya Raja Alihadi. Gurindam 12 itu memiliki 2 baris, tapi makna yang dalam. Baris pertama sebab, baris kedua akibat. Di game juga sama, overextend mati, salah draft kalah. Semua ada sebab akibatnya. Dari sastra lahirlah logika.
Di Samarinda ada tradisi yang paling terkesan yaitu festival mahakam. Semuanya tentang ritme. Dayungnya itu nggak boleh terlalu cepat dan nggak boleh terlalu lambat, tapi harus tepat. Sama kayak nge-retrailer dan nge-engage. 1 detik terlalu cepat, gagal. 1 detik terlambat, kalah. Timing adalah segalanya. Ya karena momen itu menentukan kemenangan.
Paling gua suka tuh di Pontianak Festival Terduga sih. Ada momen dimana bayangan kita tuh hilang. Semuanya tuh jadi imbang karena tidak ada condong kiri dan ke kanan. Sama kayak di game lah. Kalau misal terlalu agresif kalah, kalau terlalu defensif juga ya kalah. Jadi semuanya tuh harus seimbang. Karena balance adalah kunci untuk mendominasi. Di Semarang tuh ada namanya Dengan. Kayak kita nyambut bulan puasa ini dengan penuh sukacita, kayak ramai juga energinya. Dan gua di panggung MPL sih ngerasain yang sama sih, kayak energi penonton tuh kayak nyata, kayak mirip lah. Itu yang bikin gua nggak mau kalah sih. Semangat kebersamaannya jadi bahan bakar buat gua untuk berkompetisi di sport ini.
Tradisi Aceh yang paling teringat sama gue sih tari saman. Tari saman tidak memberi ruang untuk kesalahan. Ya kalau satu salah ya semuanya kelihatan salah. Ya jadi gue belajar hal yang sama lah yang ada di tari saman. Kita harus satu pikiran dan satu gerakan, ya itu yang membuat tim jadi itu. Jadi disiplin kolektif menciptakan kesempurnaan. Di dalam e-sport, sinkronisasi adalah dominasi.
Pas di Makassar dulu, pas gue kecil, gue paling suka kapal finisi. Caranya finisi itu dibangunnya tanpa gambar. Ya bisa dibilang blueprint ya. Jadi cuma pengalaman, insting, dan kepercayaan. Jadi pro player itu nggak ada petanya. Jadi yang ngajarin gue itu, ini pasti berhasil tuh. Nggak ada. Jadi dibangun kayak finisi, sedikit demi sedikit. Jadi tradisi ini mengajari gue melangkah tanpa kepastian. Percaya proses adalah kunci.
Every season, there's always something new that captures the attention of the audience.
Mereka dengan begitu kencangnya hingga bisa membawa tim mereka menuju peringkat yang lebih tinggi dan tinggi lagi untuk bisa mengunci tiket menuju babak playoff.
And of course, everyone wants to secure that ticket to the playoffs. And right now, I am joined with the talented Rachel as well as Dolin. Hello, hello.
Kalian berdua.
How are you guys today?
Sehat.
Alhamdulillah baik.
Thank God, good. Thank God, great.
Alright, ini kedua rookie kita.
Alright, these are our two rookies.
Alisa pengen tanya-tanya sedikit nih gimana.
Alyssa wants to ask a few questions,
Masuk ke leg kedua di MPL Indonesia.
especially now that we're entering the second leg. How does it
Ya,
feel?
Mas Adel.
Perasaannya
It feels.
Oh, deg-degan.
I'm pretty
Kenapa
nervous.
tuh deg-degan nih?
Why the nerves?
aku lihat semakin kesini poin klasemennya nggak pada beda jauh gitu sih.
I feel like the classmates
Drichel sendiri gimana?
points are very close.
Kalau dari saya
What about you,
sendiri,
Drichel?
ya pasti senang.
I'm happy.
Ya, cuman tetap ada deg-degannya juga kayak
Of
Dolin.
course, but there's also nerves like Dolin
Dari masing-masing tim.
because of the points from every
Kalau kita
team
lihat
is
dari
very
klasemen
close.
Sendiri kan poin dari tim Liga Indonesia dan Dewa itu berdekatan ya.
If we see the
3
points
dan 4 bahkan
on
ya.
the standings right now,
Dari
you guys are very
kalian
close
sendiri,
to one
apakah
another.
Jadi hari ini menjadi pressure juga.
Does that
nih?
mean
Karena
that
satu
today's match will be
win point
pressure?
aja, kalian udah bisa
Because technically
memperkuat tim
1 point
kalian.
win will mean a lot to
Jadi
your
Dolin
team.
gimana?
What about you, Dolin? Let's start with you first.
Ya,
Yes,
Pressure juga.
there is pressure.
Oke, kalau dari Drichel sendiri gimana?
What about you, Drichel?
Enggak sih, penting main.
Not really.
Oh, main aja.
We just wanna
Jadi
play.
yang penting do your best aja, nggak ada mikirin klasemen sama sekali.
Enggak ada.
No, we're not thinking about
Tapi
classmen at
kalau
all.
kita tarik sedikit ke perjalanan ke belakang. Kalau
But if
kita
we take a look
ngobrol sama Drichel,
about
kamu
your journey
berasal
so
dari
far,
MPL kan?
you came from
Ya,
MDL.
ya.
Yes, I came from
Kamu
MDL.
ngerasain apa
What have you
perbedaan
felt
waktu
so
kamu
far?
berangkat dari MDL akhirnya
Especially the
masuk ke
differences
MPL?
between
Karena kita
MPL and
lihat
MPL.
performa kamu tuh luar biasa banget.
Because right now we're seeing your performance that's
Kamu
amazing. A lot of people are rooting for you.
fans di sini.
You have a message to your super fans?
Sebenarnya pas MPL tuh masih grogi sih.
Honestly,
Cuman pas masuk ke MPL kayak awalnya nggak nyangka terus
during MDL I was really nervous,
kayak
still
no
very
pressure
nervous.
mainnya.
Oh,
In
malah
MPL
pressure
I
ya?
didn't
No
expect the fact
Oke,
that
walaupun banyak
I played with no
fans
pressure.
yang meneriaki kamu di MPL Arena gitu, itu
Even
nggak
with all the
bikin pressure
fans
bagi kamu?
shouting your name, there's no pressure?
Enggak.
No, there's no pressure.
Emang begitu percaya diri ya. Drichel
That's how
dengan
confident he
kemampuannya.
is.
Kalau Dolin sendiri,
What about you, Dolin?
Perbedaannya
The difference
aku
is
malah kayak kebalikannya sih.
I feel the opposite actually.
kalau kamu sendiri gimana?
Aku kalau main di MDL
If I play in MDL,
nggak ada pressure gitu soalnya
I don't
kan
feel the pressure
kayak beda gitu penontonnya yang
because the audience is
nonton
different.
langsung
Hmm.
MDL sama MPL kayak lebih banyak yang
The audience that comes to the stage is very
MPL
different
ya,
from
dan itu memberikan
MDL and
persepsi
MPL.
yang berbeda.
The
Tapi
energy
kalau
is
misalkan
larger in
melihat
MPL.
Dari perjalanan di leg pertama, berarti kan kalian sudah punya beberapa dan mungkin banyak ya pengalaman dalam menghadapi tim musuh. Menurut kalian match yang waktu itu paling memorable dan paling sulit untuk ditaklukkan itu masih ingat gak yang mana?
What was your most memorable moment here in
Dari
leg number
Drichel
1?
dulu nih mungkin.
Let's start with you,
Karena kamu
Drichel.
percaya diri, kayaknya nggak ada deh match yang begitu susah untukmu.
Onyx sih.
Onyx.
Onyx,
Ya.
Onyx was
kenapa tuh Onyx?
the toughest opponent for us in leg 1.
Bisa dibilang tim yang selalu konsisten lah dari season ke season.
They're
Apa
such
aspek yang
a
kamu
consistent
lihat
team from
paling
season to
bahaya dari
season.
Onyx nih?
What do you think is the most dangerous?
Trio midnya
The
ya.
trio mid
Oke. Kalau dari
is the
Dolin
most
gimana
dangerous
nih?
from Onyx.
Kalau aku
What about you, Dolin?
sama Onyx.
In my
Oh,
opinion,
tetap Onyx
I also
juga.
think it's Onyx.
Apakah sama aspek berbahayanya dengan trio mid?
Do you agree with the
Ya,
trio
sama
mid
trio mid
being
yang
the
kuat.
dangerous factor?
Oke, mereka
Yes, I
berdua
agree.
punya
The trio mid
pendapat
has
yang
been the dangerous
sama.
factor for
Tapi
Onyx.
kalau yang satu ini Alisa rasa nggak bakal sama. Kita punya segmen yang namanya asal kita, di mana kita mengulik kalian ini bener orang Bogor.
Okay, now we
Kita
want to
orang Bogor
know
di sini nih.
Aku orang Bogor.
Kamu orang Bogor dan kalau
Where you
Drichel
guys are
sendiri dari
from?
Pontianak ya.
Iya.
Aku boleh nggak sih?
Drichel's
gambarin
from
sendiri apa yang
Pontianak,
paling
Dolin is
kangen
from
nih dari
Bogor.
Kampung halaman kalian nih.
What do you
Dari
remember the
Pontianak
most?
kan cukup jauh nih dari
From where you were from?
Jakarta.
Yang aku kangenin dari Pontianak.
What I miss
tuh,
the most from Pontianak is
coffee shop sih.
Coffee shop.
the coffee shops.
Bisa dibilang tuh Pontianak kota 1001 coffee shop.
Oh, kamu
There are
suka
so many
nongkrong
coffee shops in
sama
Pontianak.
teman-teman juga di sana?
Iya.
You used to hang out there with your friends?
Di Pontianak tuh kalau main Mobile
Yes.
Legends pasti di warkop gitu.
Oh, pasti di warkop gitu. Apakah
Most
kamu
players
berasal dari turnamen-turnamen
from
warkop
Pontianak
juga
usually
sampai
play
akhirnya bisa
in
naik
coffee
MPL
shops.
dan MPL?
Iya, berasal dari situ.
Wow.
Did you start?
itu
Did
kompetitif
your
ya turnamen.
journey
Kalau
start
dari
there?
Dolin
Yes,
sendiri gimana nih?
it did.
What's so special about Bogor?
Apa yang what is very special from Bogor?
Apa yang paling kamu kangen?
What do you
Kamu
miss
paling
the
suka
most?
kemana?
From Bogor.
Dari 2019 Cuacanya sih.
Dari-
I actually
Oh,
missed
cuaca. Beda
the
ya sama Jakarta.
the weather.
Di Bogor lebih.
Jakarta it's hot.
Oh,
In Bogor it rains a lot, so it's cold.
Kita ya memang. Tapi kamu suka nongkrong juga nggak sama teman-teman untuk turnamen-turnamen Mobile Legends nih?
Did you used to hang out with your friends too? To play the tournaments? The grassroots?
Turnamen juga.
Yes,
Banyak
we
coffee
used
shop
to.
juga nggak sih di Bogor kayak di Pontianak?
Is there also a lot of coffee shops in Bogor?
Banyak juga.
Yes, there
Favorit
is.
Kamu juga dari Bogor?
Is that one of the other things that you remember?
Selain dengan
One of your
cuacanya yang
favorites?
begitu
Yes,
adem
it
ya
is.
pastinya. Nah, kalau gitu Alisa pengen minta dong pesan-pesan kalian buat
Alright.
satu sama lain nih untuk match hari ini.
Finally, do you have a
Selain
message to
good
one
luck,
another?
have fun, apalagi tuh yang temanya
Before the
kita
match?
nggak boleh. Silakan.
Aside from good luck and have fun?
Drichel dulu boleh?
Let's start with you,
Oh,
Drichel.
dari Mas Dolin dulu. Silakan,
Okay,
Mas
never
Dolin.
mind. Let's start with Dolan.
Boleh pakai bahasa daerahmu juga. Berarti kalau dari Bogor bisa pakai bahasa Sunda mungkin? Apa? Ada? Akang? Oke, boleh Drichel dulu nih. Udah pede banget nih.
Drichel will start first.
Buat Dolin.
For Dolan.
Paling untuk match malam ini kita buat match seru lah.
Let's make the match
Match
fun.
seru. Oke, Dolin ada balasan.
Dolan, you have an answer?
bahasa Sunda ya.
Pakai bahasa Sunda.
Using Sundanese?
Biasa.
Tong galak-galak atau
Tong galak-galak atulah.
I don't
Tapi
understand.
aku punya satu
Guys, I don't speak
preference nih. Aku
Sundanese.
mau ingat kalian kan
Oh,
gitu. Dan seperti
don't be
yang
too
ini pastinya masih
ferocious.
di MPL. Nanti ketika kalian karirnya sudah mungkin berakhir di MPL, kalian pengen dikenal sebagai sosok pemain yang seperti apa sih?
Coming into MPL, what kind of figure or icon do you want to be known for in MPL?
tetap pengen dikenal sebagai Drichel.
I want to be known as Drichel.
Iya,
Yang jago dan percaya diri.
iya, self confident kalau kata orang.
That's
Oh,
confident.
Confident ya. Dolan, nggak boleh
What about you, Dolan?
Kalau
What-
kamu dikenal sebagai apa nih?
What kind of player do you want to be known for?
Pengen dikenal sebagai
I want to be known for
idol terbaik di Indo.
the best jungle in Indonesia.
Indo. Kita akan lihat ya nanti Dolan bisakah menorehkan prestasi.
We will see whether or not Dolan will be able to find that success. And Drichel with his confidence, good luck and have fun. And hopefully you guys can get the best, especially now the standings are very close.
Any further ado, silakan take it over.
Thank you so much, Alyssa, for that insight with both players, Dolan as well as Drichel. We get to talk to them for quite a bit. And of course, this will mark our final match of the day, or final match of the week, rather. And now we're gonna have to start deliberating who will be getting the Rookie of the Week and the Player of the Week. And I think it will be defined in our next upcoming match. But before we do that, we do want to thank our sponsors because MPL Indonesia Season 17 is powered by Moonton, supported by PBESI, presents you by the official gaming phone Infinix, our official e-wallet GoPay, our official gaming chair Todak. We also have our partner in esports, Garnier, Bayou, Dunia Games, GamesMax, OnePlay, and of course, thank you so much to all our suppliers, IndyHome, Indomart, Yummy Choice, as well as Aqua for your kind support. MPL Indonesia would not be here and would not be at this scale with amazing players, the fans as well, always being able to facilitate that. It's been amazing season after season. And now let's focus back on our last match, DEWA United versus TLID. Now, this is a matchup when we had to make our predictions earlier on that I kind of struggled with, right? Because TLID on one hand has had its downs, especially when it comes down to their history. They're coming off a win, but they were also coming off a lose streak. Meanwhile, for DEWA, it's been looking a little bit better, right? A little bit more consistent for DEWA. And they were able to win against RRQ and Geek, so they're coming off a 2-time win streak. Momentum is definitely on DEWA's favor, but what do you think personally?
Definitely an interesting matchup, right? Because if you see leg one, it was actually DEWA losing to TLID.
Yeah.
So when they were head-to-head, it is actually the Cavalry who got the dub. But you mentioned their terrain here is quite shaky. But most importantly, I want to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, let's ask what you guys think back at home. What do both teams need to do to continue their win streak here in MPL ID Season 17, especially coming into leg number 2? Do you think A, they need to use a flexible draft? Do you think B, they need to win the early game? Or do you think C, play more with objectives? We're gonna throw this over to Sheffin as our analyst.
I already forgot what was it, but I think the B option was win the early game, right? I think that goes in line in what teams are trying to do, especially this meta. If you get the early game, you get the objectives and all that. But yeah, if you can build on a solid lead early on in the game, then the only thing that matters is to keep that lead. You know?
Of course. And of course, to get that lead as well is going to be the battle of the rookies. We have Dolan on one side. We got to talk to him earlier on in that interview with Alyssa, as well as Drichel on the other. They are coming from different roles, so it's kind of difficult when we're trying to compare the data. But what do you think overall about both of these kids' performances?
They've been phenomenal, especially Dolan, I think. I have a special kind of like bias towards him.
Admiration,
I think, yeah, he is top 3 jungler currently with Albert and Kyrie. I don't know if that's too much of a praise for him, but overall so far he's been very, very solid. You can see in the stats there, GPM number 2, a total number 27, average kill, pretty solid as well. And he's not really just good at the assassins, he's also good at those utilities, especially Guinevere. The way DEWA United uses the Guinevere is phenomenal as well. But on the other side, Drichel is also no slouch either. If you talk about Yaskiel being the ghost of Jakarta, right? He's the closest thing to Suns, but it really feels like Drichel is the incarnation of Yaskiel so far this season. He's playing very conservatively, not really taking a lot of risk, but once he took those risks, it always pays off. He is the silent killer of TLID currently. I think the fact that Leone has been amazing on the chip and glue kind of makes me, or like kind of makes us overlook how good of a mid laner this guy is.
I like that. I like that. And we're also taking a look at, you know, just past experiences and past moments coming in from Dolan, because I agree. I think this kid is super talented with the way that he utilizes the Guinevere. We saw his Fanny as well being such a huge power pick. And what is curious is the fact that we've only seen 4 heroes from him. Aside from the Fanny and the Guinevere, we've only seen the Bakse and the Suyo. So maybe hiding more strats. But you glazed Drichel earlier. We're going to take a look at Drichel's performances as well. This particular moment was when they were up and he was on the Eve. So we've seen him play phenomenally on the Jushin. But even on heroes like the Eve that require a little bit more carefulness, I would say, a little bit more care, he's still able to perform at that level as a rookie.
Definitely one of the top 2, if you want to count Marcel, top 3 rookies for my personal picks this season. But yeah, I think what differentiate like the rookies now, sometimes all you need to see is like 2 games, and then you can see if this rookie is MPL material or needs more time to be a household MPL name. And I think Drichel is definitely fits the bill, and definitely one of the mid laner that can have a high ceiling when we talk about like, you know, MPL level.
Super high potential, and I think if we've learned anything from the old TLID, it's always that mentality that becomes a factor. So talking about mentality, let's see how the players are doing as we take a look at the ping test.
Bener Mal, boleh Mal, ayo. Emang di sana ada apa aja, Bi? Banyak Mal, di situ ada banyak pulau, ada situ Sagama, banyak tempat bersejarah juga di situ. Oh, seru tuh. Tapi kita kalau ke pulau kayak seru tapi. Ah, jangan Mal, takut gua. Takut kenapa? Ntar ini lu ke bawah ombak. Itu kan kecil, gak kelihatan ntar. Emang dulu di sana lu pas kecil ngapain aja, Bi? Waduh. Gua suka berenang Mal. Di sungai-sungai. Oh, emang lu bisa berenang? Bisa tipis.
Ki,
Oi, apa tuh?
lu dari asal mana, Ki?
Nah, gua mah dari ini Sumatera, Pulau Riau, Tanjung Pinang. Nah.
Oh, kalau gua dari Kalteng, Bangkalan Bun.
Nah, kalau biasa di situ ada apa aja lu nih dari sana?
Apaan ya? Kalau gua ingat gua kayak Coto Bangkala tuh, itu terkenal di sana. Terus kerupuk basah nama itu.
Kerupuk basah.
Iya.
Basah tuh kerupuknya. Berarti.
Iya, bukan kerupuk, gak tau, pokoknya jelasin Nabi.
Namanya doang.
Oh.
Kalau
di Batam gimana, Ki?
Tanjung Pinang ah.
Oh, beda ya?
Beda,
Sorry.
kota itu.
Oke, apa
Beda
tuh?
doang. Kalau biasa lebih kalau makanan lebih ini sih, kan baik laut kan. Ya lebih ke makannya biasa gonggong gitu.
Ngomong itu makanan gimana?
Gonggong ya kayak makanan seafood kayak gimana yang ada cangkangnya kan, tahu nggak?
Kagak,
Kayak tahu ya.
Iya, nanti coba yuk.
Nanti lo harus
coba
cobain,
jadi contoh
itu enak.
Very heartwarming to see how the players were talking about where they were from, what they like to do when they were kids. Some of them shared that they like to swim in the lakes and the rivers as well. And some of them were also highlighting the favorite foods that they used to enjoy as children, specifically seafood.
Good times.
I also really enjoy seafood. Do you like seafood?
I like seafood. Chefin, do you like
Do you like seafood, Chefin?
Do you have
I like
seafood around your area?
No, actually, but we import them.
Oh, well, while you're in Jakarta, you can enjoy it. But for now, let's enjoy the official team lineup from Team Liquid Indonesia with Aran, Kevin, Dricha, Leonie, and Kyo. Still the same five, the main five that we know and love up until this point. Can they continue on their win streak? They won against Alter Ego a couple days ago, 2-1. Can they find that same success against Dewa today?
They managed to whip Alter Ego this week. Will they be able to whip Dewa United later on? That's Kevin, the joke on your screen. With a traditional dance here in Indonesia, Kuda Lumping. Let's see if they are able to find their jam again today. Please welcome Team Liquid Indonesia.
It was a flawless start for these new youngsters of TLID with the exception of Prince Aran. 4 games in a row they won to start the season. They stumbled, losing 3 in a row, but now they are back on track after beating the runner-up of the M7 World Championship in Alter Ego. That surely shows their class as a team.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, to remind you back at home, the standings are ever so close. And if they want to get ahead, they will have to beat Dewa United at their own game. With the main five, Kin, Dolin, Okta, Muweza, and maybe, let's welcome the Apostles of Gods up in the stage.
A splendid form for Dewa United. It seems like they want to start leg number 2 strong as well. With the Raden culture brought in their side, will they be able to claim yet another victory? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your home team, Dewa United Esports.
On top of their heads are some blancons, a traditional Japanese hat. And surely that keeps their brain in a cool form and makes them a bit more clear in the head. Hopefully they can play a better game. From so far this season, TLID obviously wants to do the same, but behind it all, in the helm of each team, Coach Wright, Coach Acheng, or the analyst Acheng, has been doing a great job for Dewa United so far these past 2 seasons, obviously. Some familiar faces, Facehugger, and the new face of TLID, Hunjao, as head coach.
Yep, Honjao as head coach, and he actually responded to one of the concerns coming in from KB. And this is what he said. KB mentioned that he was kind of worried about the hero pool coming in from TLID because technically, compared to all the rest of the teams here in MPLID season 17 especially, we don't see too many heroes for every single player in their respective lanes. And Honjao mentioned as an answer, he was like, it's not that we don't have it, it's just so far we haven't needed it. So that shows us something, and maybe we might be seeing a surprise today. But we asked you earlier on, what do both teams need to do to continue their win streak? And it looks like 46% of you believe that they need to use a flexible draft, which is interesting coming into the topic that I mentioned earlier about Honjiao.
And will we get to see that quote-unquote flexible draft, variations from the side of TL? Because even Leone was asked as well, right? Without the glue, without the chip, equals win against Liquid. Seems like yesterday not the answer, not the case, right? He's able to run out a new hero, still able to perform on it, and expect more heroes from Leone's side as well. But hey, flexible draft, I love to see it.
Yeah. I think flexible does not necessarily mean it's out of the meta.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, don't believe Rome. Leone.
I mean, it works in a certain occasion, but it is super conditional and the execution has to be really, really precise. That's why Geek Fam hasn't really found a success with the picks either, even with Beloyski using that. But we're gonna take a look at the total assist rankings after week number 4 in terms of EXP lane, Nino topping the chart. But number 3 and number 5, you can see Ludwig, Kin and Aran going hand in hand with a difference of 7. So both of these players they really like to set up the teammates, those kind of heroes. Aran has been expanding his hero pool. The Terizla is coming up, the Edith also has been played, the Benedetta was also an option for Aran. If there is a chip, Basha should be an option too. But for Kin, this guy has been the epitome of flexibility in the XP lane, at least last season. The Joy XP comes up in the playoffs. In the regular season, they played a very peculiar Jushin XP, which really didn't work, but obviously there is time to still experiment for these two teams. The margin of error is not that big, but they're still quote-unquote safe currently in the blue zone or in the playoff zone.
But remember, being safe is such a temporary statement right now. I mean, they even mentioned it in the interviews about how close the points are on the standings. So I think both teams are going to go all in right now to look for a win here. Just one match loss.
Yeah.
One match loss can cost you playoff tickets. That's the stakes. That's how close everyone is on the standings.
I gotta be blunt here. Apart from Monic and RRQ, it's just so close. It's so competitive, right? And that goes to show that one mistake, one game, even especially a match like you mentioned, Eterna, is so expensive. As we take a look at Team Liquid here, who will have the red side, technically blue side, red side, quite even here.
So speaking of chances to playoffs, KB has a moderator, and this moderator, an Excel sheet of chances to upper brackets, chances to playoffs, and so on and so forth. And for RRQ, I think it's below 5%, if I remember correctly.
Eterna, why are you taking a shot at RRQ, man?
What I'm saying is,
That's not fine, man.
bro, it's
Are you a bias caster?
nah. I'm so biased to TL though. Come on, TL, you got this.
Broken walls, though.
Come on.
We have seen an abundance of broken walls today, and we will see it again. Let's see DEWA United with the bands. Chip ban. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Bovius also gets taken away. This is the drafting phase, by the way, for game number 1 presented by the official gaming phone Infinix GT50 Pro. And on the other side, we have the respect towards Dolin, the rookie that we've been talking about, right? Fanny, Guinevere, are heroes that he's been known to utilize. The next heroes that he's used so far is the Baxia and the Suyo. So I don't know if TLID want to go all 3 bans and deny that away from Dolin, because technically we also still don't know what other heroes he has in store for us.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. If you think about it, about the meta currently, the Harley and the Leomord, no picks at all for Dolin for those 2 heroes, considering that how much value that those heroes provide in terms of in the drafting phase. But DEWA United right now, they can bite on the Jushin right away. Octa has found a lot of success, actually gaining the most kills out of literally any player in a single game in MPL Indonesia with 18 kills in a game. But no, they want to go for the Freya. Not bad, but TLID currently, I don't think the glue will be the main option anymore for Leone, but Unless, never mind. It's gonna be a Leo mode execution, very standard. Response towards a Freya.
With this, it really shows that that they want to control the fight as well, right? With the Theomore pick. Take a look at Dewa United though. You mentioned earlier that Dolan only played 4 heroes.
Yeah.
And it seems like it is going to be still one of those 4, right? Suyo picked up alongside the Yves. And it says that, you know, jungle control, they can find with the AoE, with that real world manipulation as well. So they definitely can outrange the composition of TLID.
What I'm curious about is why the Freya pick early? Like, is this a flex pick? Because so far I don't believe Kin has actually picked it up in the EXP lane, but I guess we're gonna go ahead and find out. Harith gets taken here by TLID, putting more magic damage in their pocket, perhaps as a ways to control this Suyo, because once the Suyo gets rolling, expect him to go Sky Piercer as well.
So far, I don't see a need for Kyo to use a Purify on this Harith. Definitely don't use the Revitalize. Flicker should be an Flicker should be an option here. You can go guns blazing, very aggressive, just like Kelra did in the previous match against Geek, even though they lost that match. But now for Dewa United, you mentioned the flex and the question about is Kin able to play that Freya in the XP lane? I gotta be honest, like, I don't doubt that Kin should be able to play it, considering how wide his hero pool so far this season. Now TLID is gonna ban out the Khalid, which is a bit interesting. I thought it was a bit, I thought Khalid should be an option too for TLID, considering that they have that Jushin especially, and when combined with the Leo mode, you can play that aggressive gameplay that Alter Ego brings to the table.
I think they want Marcel.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right.
Wow, I
forgot about that.
Forgot about Marcel. Survived the first phase, but the question is, you're right, Eterna, will they survive the second? Will he survive the second phase of bans here?
Terizla gets banned here, respecting Aran's capabilities. They're eyeing for team fights, but I was thinking that if you're up against the Eve, why not ban the Lapu-Lapu? Usually we see that the Lapu-Lapu is an answer to the Eve, especially when she opens up her real-world manipulation.
Maybe so they're setting up a pick that's not really so mobile, you know? Whether it's in the gold lane or in the XP lane, they can still play the double fighter composition for Dewa United as Marcel gets banned.
By TL?
Yeah.
So what do they want? Do they want to go for Hilda? For Leone?
Oh.
Could be the case.
Against Freya though. Sure, it's good against Suyo.
Kalea is still open too.
Kalea is definitely still open.
That's true. He's gonna flex another new hero. Alright, let's focus on to the next ban for Dewa United here. Terizla gets eliminated. They're respecting Aran again. The Phobius is also banned.
Sora is still on the board.
You're right, Sora's open. But they banned Uranus instead. I have a feeling that Freya is gonna stay in the gold lane.
Yeah, I think they just want to eliminate the shred, right?
Yeah.
Not like they don't have the shred yet, so that's why they just get the tanky escalator out of the way. But for TLID right now, options are a bit limited to the XP lane, but Aran can definitely dig deep in the back like fries on the bottom. Huh. So
Alright, so
it's gonna be picked as expected. So now, Arlen is already been banned too. So
Yeah,
I guess Lapu-Lapu should be the option here, even though it's not really the greatest matchup against Freya. The only thing that you can punish is that Eve.
what do you think about the Alice?
That could work actually. You know,
That's a good shout. If this Freya does go to the gold lane, Alice is definitely a good shout here.
Or do they go Valen? I mean, cause Sora could still be picked up by TL, no?
Yeah, that's why they picked up the Roamer fourth.
like a blind Valen DXP for Kin.
Which is pretty bad because
Honestly, I don't think it's that bad for Kin, especially because he's known. I think there's a specific week where he actually used the Valentina purely blind.
But it turns out they're actually gonna flex the Freya into the EXP lane. So the reason why they banned out the Uranus was because they were setting up for a Granger instead. Hilda gets picked up. I thought it would be TLID to pick it up, but it actually was DEWA. So they're looking for control over river, control over objectives as well. TLID, what's the answer?
By the way, I like the flex towards the XP for the Freya. We've been talking about it for a while. The way to counter the Kalea is to pretty much overpower the Kalea with too many damage dealer, and you have 4 currently for DEWA United. I mean, Hilda can count as a damage dealer in the early game too, for God's sake. But now for TLID, do you want to chain CC like an Edith?
I was about to suggest Esmeralda is such a good hero against the Freya in lane.
Really good. Very good.
All right.
Yeah,
So a new hero for Leone
that's crazy.
as well.
Yeah,
Is it?
for on Kalea.
For Leone, Kalea. I believe this is his first time.
Whoa, that is a shocker.
We can double check later on, but my notes could be wrong. Hey, I get sleepy sometimes, all right?
No, he has to play the Kalea.
Don't-
Right?
You cannot underestimate Eterna's notes though.
That's how I live. That's how I live and breathe in Mobile Legends, baby. Too many things to remember.
Hey!
But everything is on the line once again. TLID and DEWA are very close on the standings. Number 3 and number 4 at the start of the day. How will this day end? Where will TLID be placed? Where will DEWA be placed at the end of the day? It starts here in game number 1 as we head over into the land of dawn.
The final series of week 5, and let's see the 2 teams that is currently on a more of a positive trend. Which team will continue that positive trend?
This throws us back. The Esmeralda pick. First of all, Prince Iran was back then an Esmeralda Badam Uranus merchant when he came in as a member of Aura Fire. But in M7 too, like the usual immediate reaction, immediate response towards the Freya has always been Esmeralda in the gold lane. We've been wondering for a while why are they not picking those kind of heroes, but maybe there's a lot too much shred with a carry potentially, but now, that's a good drag back.
Oh my goodness, that's a good knock by TLID. Driscoll again showing up here early, and that's just Moisa taking very low, still able to get out, but that's already a big win for the Cavalry.
It really shows us how it's done, yeah? Rachel on the Jushin, especially with the fighter emblem as well, he's able to be a little bit more aggressive, especially in the early game. And I was wondering, but technically the Kalea and the Jushin don't have much of a combo going for them because Rachel is more DPS. But I mean, if Joe keeps participating in these team fights, that's quite a lot of damage that they need to respect.
Did you say Joe? I guess that's one way to call it, but we can have the by you.
Kevin Joe. I'm confused now.
Yeah, let's look at the Esmeralda sample because we haven't seen this one in a while. Festival of Blood, because the tenacity is already changed, the revamp. You know, it's cooldown reduction, damage reduction and boost instead of that pure physical and magical defense. And I rock with that. Usually Iran also uses that Festival of Blood. I think he's fine.
I mean, is that why he's able to be so aggressive?
Speaking of aggressive,
Not onto his skin, that's a stun. Take a look at the Freya here, half HP. That's a stun onto his Kevin. Down goes the Retribution holder. That's gonna be Dolan picking it up. The turtle picks up the turtle. That's gonna be Dolan taken down though. DEWA United has Ken on their back. Dealing a lot of damage. That's Aran though. The Esmeralda pick was made for this. And Octa, without his flicker, is stuck in Aran.
What the heck?
It's on a maniac on this Esmeralda debut.
Aran flickered in as well. You mentioned this being one of his signature heroes, and he really shows and turns everything around. That was supposed to be a great trade for DEWA, being able to take Kevin down early, being able to take the neutral objective early away from TLID. But oh my, Kevin, maniac in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Already paying dividends, and that early, potentially enchanted talisman for Iran will do him a lot of wonders because now he can spam as long as he wants to, he can be in the team fight as long as he wants to, and there with second Kevin.
Good cover by Driscoll. 3 members on him. That's going to be the Crimson Beacon. Committed. Tsunami Slam onto his Dolan. The jungler is in trouble. Driscoll's trying to hold on, but with the power of Dolan and Octa, will be able to find Driscoll. That's going to be the trade though. Baby joins the fray. TLID is able to keep their distance, maybe has the Sky Piercer. Oh, that could have gone really bad for TLID if they lose 2 members in the mid lane.
They're looking for a snowball now. They're looking for a ways to get that snowball rolling for DEWA United. See that 1,000 gold lead now being picked up by TLID. We're also taking a look at the talent prediction by Gope. 1, 2, what?
2 against 4.
2 against 4?
Against 4.
Damn, guys. Where's the faith?
I mean, I have faith,
Where's
but
the love?
not really in TLID. But we'll see though,
Alright,
because so far
fair enough.
it's looking like my prediction is gonna be wrong. But that was the case in match number 2, baby. I know until Iran though. Like I've been wondering for a while, like why the heck Esmeralda is not really a good thing against the Freya. Like you can see here, like how much it pays off, right? Even I think in the last 2 seasons, Esmeralda is one of those heroes where, oh wait a minute,
Yeah, Nolan winning the turtle. Will they fight? TLID here says no, we will not. But in the mid lane, Kin clears it.
yeah. Back to my point, Esmeralda has been a hero that in the middle of the season, people realize that, hold on a second, this hero packs a lot of damage and also can tank up a lot of heat at the same time. And when the conditions are met, every Esmeralda game, every good Esmeralda game, she's always topping up both damage chart and also damage tank chart. That's how it's always been. And look at this, Ken cannot bully Iran out of his lane.
I mean, look at the itemization, right? Heavily favored towards movement speed and the enchanted talisman. So more spam ability, more movement speed on top of that. And it's really not allowing Kin any moment to look for opportunities. And remember, one of the winning conditions for DEWA United is for Kin to get a comfortable lane. For Kin to get a hero that can open the map or open up opportunities for the team. And it feels like in this game, he's been completely shut down. He's not going anywhere. He's not going outside that lane at all.
By the way, interesting idea from Iran here, going for rapid boots instead of the warrior boots. I would expect him to go warrior just because of how much physical damage that DEWA United has. But I think Iran is thinking about like, he wants to win through kiting. He wants to get away from the Freya range. He wants to weave around the Rhapsody or and then Sonatas of maybe. And he can just evade all the damage. Like, he's not gonna die, like he's fine. 2v1, I can take that. I don't know why Dolan goes for that either.
Interesting.
Ritual's coming.
Yeah. Without the life bane, right? Without the anti-regen, I think nothing can stop Iran now. But Kin now, full quarter HP, past the all. And that's just a structure taken down time.
That was almost a pickup as well. If that pickup happened, if he was taken out, that would have been GG for the second turtle, well, third turtle of the game.
Even without, it's still GG.
By the way, Iran really does not have a quote-unquote counter from DEWA United's composition, but RWM.
Perfectly timed flicker there by Kill. And so far, it's just a structure without any compensation. Keep in mind, folks, TLID, they got the, no, DEWA, TLID got the turtle.
So there's not much lockdown, there's not much CC from DEWA United side. Iran is pretty much, this is free real estate for an Esmeralda game. Like, I would be very, very surprised if Iran does not end up with an MVP this game.
I mean, like, essentially, you'd have to force Octa on maybe the Ice Queen one. I think maybe that's the only way you can try and, you know, slow him down by just a little bit. But even then, you're right, there's no lockdown, lock. Like, there's no hard CC that they can utilize. Aside from nothing really. Real-world manipulation will only slow them down. Right now, Octa is trying to be more specific on the regeneration. That's a push!
On towards maybe. That's the flicker. Oh, the overwhelming damage from TLID will be enough to take maybe down Amweza. Stock isolated in the front. Should be another kill picked up here by TLID. Leone this time will get it. And with this 3K, surely it will mount to more.
Yep. They're looking to push in this mid turret as well. Look at Leone, look at Iran in the positioning.
Yeah, just zone Octa away. Kin now all alone. That's gonna be with Dolan though. Steve popped. Kin trying to hold on, trying to take Kevin down, but that's a cancellation by Leone. He will fall, but that's a turret damage, and Grishol deals enough damage there to take him down.
Oh,
Wow, TLID just structure. They fight with structure here.
how do they come back from this? How do Dewa come back for this? I mean, they have maybe on a Granger.
Yeah, I think this is tough already for Dewa United because this composition from TLID, like, there's not much risk. You know, you play through the Kalea. If the Kalea does not have a solid pickup, then you back off. They can just rinse and repeat, and they have a lot of kiting available, especially if Ritual completes the Ice Queen 1. So the margin of error for TLID is super, super huge. But that does not mean that Iran is going to be fully invincible all the way through. Once those Life Bane is going to be coming in, there you go, Octa already used the Life Bane, or like the glowing one. It's going to be harder for Iran to take out the damage, but Mueza,
Yeah. That's the flicker. That's Leone now. On you Octa. Tsunami Slam on towards one. That's gonna be Gin now, all alone under the Lord's Pit. Still hold on though. Gin trying to hold on, but Nolan was an angle to take the Lord kill. Will be taken down as Dewa United. They will take more space as maybe is able to find a kill. It looked bad a couple of minutes ago for Dewa United, but boy, oh boy, they have come back.
There you go. There's the turnaround that we've been waiting for. Just one team fight puts them back on the map. That initial gold lead that TLID have worked with is gone. And they did give a stack over to Maybe, and he already has that Sky Piercer built up.
that was a big mess up from TLID. I think the idea is they want to just reset the Lord and just trying to fight. But the fight was too sporadic. Kin was all the way up top without really, you know, Iran is pretty much Kin's counter. If Iran is not there, you just back off. And TLID, that was pretty much the worst way to take the team fight. Even when Leone executed the Tsunami Slam, it was to Mueza, and they didn't burst him either. So yeah, like that was a huge mistake. Culmination of mistakes coming from TLID.
Well, with this, actually, Dewa United not just equalize on map control, they have a slight edge. Iran jumps in. Not enough follow-up damage, and that's just a big shutdown for the Granger. That's going to be Granger free hitting, gets the double. That's a Sky Piercer stack, ladies and gentlemen. Gets the triple, the Maniac, almost a Savage. Leone in time to get back to safety.
Uh-oh, maybe stuck, and so is Mueza. They're waiting for the waves to push in the bottom side of the map, and they will be able to escape. But again, the team fight prowess that Dewa United has is impeccable. Leone goes out.
Unofficial Savage. Boys, we got two Maniacs on this game. One from Iran and one from Maybe. But Dewa United with that Maniac will be able to close game one.
Just one moment, one mistake from TLID.
Oh man. I said it earlier that the margin of error for TLID was huge, but they managed to somehow exceed it. I think the 4 kills on Iran makes him think that he is this invincible guy, and TLID is overestimating their potential overall as a comp. And that way they got too overzealous, man. They don't really play by the rules, they don't really play by the initial winning comp. Woo! Yes, the Maniac is great. Iran's outplace is great. But still, you gotta respect your opponent.
You gotta respect your opponent.
The Sky Piercer stacks at the end, man. Oh, feels bad for TL.
That engage was very off. And maybe it's just hitting with the flicker as well.
Yeah, dare say Dewa United were very, very patient though in their execution in this first game, because they were strangled, right? Iran had no space to move. Mid trio was very difficult to find moments. Their jungle was invaded, but they were patient to look for that one moment of mistake, that overextension coming from TLID, and they capitalized over it. I didn't expect it to end there though. That was good stuff from Dewa. Don't underestimate their team fighting. Everyone's been talking about the team fighting even before the season begun, and we saw it come to light. We saw it unraveling there.
I just don't get it why they took that risk in the Lord Pit. I just want to repeat it again. I think the idea is they want to just fight, but they just forgot or didn't manage to reset the Lord. And at that time, it was like, we just have to go 50-50 and it goes to DEWA United because they have a Suyo and Dolan is an absolute menace on a Suyo, right? Whether it's retro, whether it's kills, with the Sky Pearson and all. That's why he is, for me, top 3 jungler currently in MPL Indonesia. Like, TLID let that happen. They let DEWA United to come to their stables and they just eat their haze.
I think, okay, this is what the moment where you talked about, right?
Yeah.
This Lord here, Kin survived, like just bought enough time. Nolan got the Lord, but personally for me, this is salvageable. But this here, this was the mistake, the blunder. Iran jumping in all alone. And that costed them practically wipeout, bro.
Yeah, definitely overestimated how tanky he was. And maybe because he thought he was leading in terms of economy that he could pull off something like that. But remember, there's a real world manipulation that he had to think about. There's so many slows that is in the kit of DEWA United. And despite being so targeted in the early game, being so stepped on, I would say, by Iran on the Esmeralda, at the end of the day, Kin deserves the player of the game, presented by the official gaming phone Infinix GT50 Pro, and Sheffin will tell you why.
Getting stepped on by Esmeralda? Man, lucky you. This is a bit demoralizing, by the way, Kin. The fact that your opposing laner gets a maniac 2 minutes in the game, like that should be almost a nail in the coffin for every XP laner. You get like super discouraged to lane against the Esmeralda that already has 4 kills, but somehow Kin managed to play super safe in the late game. He didn't bite on Iran's gambit. Iran wants to fight Kin, but Kin said, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna fight against Esmeralda, man. I just wanna go to the back line where literally everyone else is there, but Esmeralda is not there. This is also one case where Kin was able to manage to play a 1v3 essentially, you know? In this case also, he was super low with vengeance as well, somehow with the shields. And he came out healthier than ever. Especially with the Warwicks also, Twitchell didn't manage to get the kill. Oh yeah, I actually managed to get the kill, sorry. But still, I call this every time the EXP laner disease. Whether it's Uranus, Esmeralda, X-Ward, this kind of heroes that has a spell fam and tankiness, like multitude of ways to get away from a team fight. You just overestimate how tanky you are, and you can just rerun the team fight, rerun the damage. Like, I get that. You feel the hate. You feel that kind of like adrenaline that I want to make an outplay. I want to make a
1v4
hero play, yeah, for my team. But that just doesn't work in this case.
I'm pretty ini, nice. The Indo slipped out a little there. It's okay. It's been a long day. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with how Kin played that, because if we take a look at the replay, there were so many moments in these team fights, especially at the later stage of the game where we started. After the team fight,